The first note in 2017 in a parking lot. There have been some notes, but in proper circumstances, with a chair, with a. But before I reach the house, it's already late and no time. So we do it here for a change. It's a note on World Mortality by Katherine and Porter, and it is a somewhat unusual account. First of all, its length. I was surprised to see it go on for quite some time. It's a long, short story. I was used with 20-40 pages, and for short stories, obviously. And this goes on for, I don't know, 200. Interesting, but coming with a mindset, with the expectation of an account which will be finished, as I said, in 30 pages or so. When it's going on and on and on, I'm concentrating more on why isn't this finishing? Is it the next page, or instead of getting the pleasure of reading it? It's my mistake, obviously, but then this is a personal note on what the perspective is on one work or another from here, the ordinary guy's point of view, so to say. The plot is also somewhat strange in that we have a figure from the past, like a specter, this Aunt Amy, who is, from some points of view, such a wonderful woman, has been such a woman, or had been, because we're already the past before the past. It's all in the past, only some past is further than another from here. And still I didn't, well, I saw some qualities, some themes which are worthwhile and interesting, and some people who, for instance, it's admirable to see a woman going to jail 3 times for the right of women in general to vote in a time when this was preposterous. Be like today giving, I don't know, the rights to have some, well, it's an exaggeration, but some rights for dogs, animals. That's already in discussion, but let's say more. And let's say in China, where they have no notion of that. On the other hand, she is fickle, and she's engaged, and she breaks the engagement with this Gabriel, who is into racing horses. The reader learns about racing horses, bets on some of them, and she is interesting, but then again, I don't know. I probably missed some parts. The attention, the concentration was not what it should be. I lost the good parts of this woman, and so only this changing relationship with her, with this Gabriel. I will not say what, in case you read it, what happens with her, with this man. But I will just, for the end, state 2 pleasant aspects I've noticed there, jocular passages. One has to do with the horses again. There's this relative, I forgot, Uncle Henry, let's say. And he has some good horses, but he wouldn't let his wife own them, ride them anymore, because she got so fat, And others say, well, but don't you think about her pride? Well, I rather think, not in these words, but the dialogue is like this in my mind. I'm more worried about the health of my poor animals, poor horses, equines. Really. Yes, and if we're talking pride, if she had pride, she wouldn't get this in this pyramid shape, this mountain of a woman. I mean, she was really fat, from what I gather. Then the other thing was with Latin. At one point, they said to you girls, you should learn Latin. Because, look, there's this John, what's his name, Booth, the guy who killed Lincoln, John Booth. And supposedly he said after killing Lincoln, he jumped from the balcony and he said, "Sic semper tyrannis." And you see, girls, you need a good coat under any circumstances. True, after they go and say, well, but what he did is wrong, even for us Southerners that we are. But I thought this funny. Well, that's some reason to, and that's an example to give. Look, this guy knew Latin. It's true that beyond, or apart from being the assassin of Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, he was an appreciated actor. I think I've read that. Anyway, good, interesting story.